Isso para mim? Obrigado.
Cuidado.
Rice, beans and meat. Typical Brazilian food. Isso é picante.
É.
Muito picante.
Eu gosto mais do bolinha.
Qual é mais picante?
Assim. Suco de
Obrigado.
abacaxi.
Obrigado.
Abacaxi.
This food's good though. You see, ladies, this is a proper woman. In the kitchen, washing the dishes. Oh, my ass. Llegamos. Muito obrigado, Ana, de novo. Foi um prazer de novo. So, see you guys next time. Adios. Chama.
You see, guys, Western women can say all they want about women overseas. They can make up all these jokes and make up all these misconceptions about them and try to downplay them and use sign language. But the small things that matter to these women are the things that men are into as well. Men don't want to go all out. Men don't want to deal with attitudes. Men don't want to deal with women who are not submissive and not, feminine like these women. Men just want the simple stuff. And that's why men are going overseas, and that's why they're so upset. That's why they keep running with the narrative that it's dangerous to go overseas. It's dangerous to be with these type of women. Don't go here, don't go there. Man, I just want to bust out so bad and just dip and just go to one of these countries and just bask in femininity, just be around these women, be around the culture, respect the culture, love the culture for what it is, get some experience, possibly learn the language. I want to do that. That is what, is fulfilling to men, especially right now that's going on in the West. It's just a whole bunch of chaos. And I had another commenter say, on my supporter on my last video, talking about come to Bogota. It's beautiful out here. He lives out there. Come to Bogota. That's not in Medellin. That's not in all these other places that they talk crazy about. You can find women in smaller towns. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's out there, guys. This is why I always preach to get your passport and just start getting your experience, because you are going to be blown away, clearly.
The biggest freedom you get as American is being American outside of America. That's what you don't appreciate. Having an American passport outside of America still has some influence. So Americans talk about freedom. I was like, you're more free with your passport somewhere else. America's a police state. You go 5 miles per hour over, you're going to be on the floor with a gun to your head. The society is based on fear of the law. They keep everybody scared all the time, and they have to because crime's so high. If you want a big ranch in Nebraska and loads of guns, yeah, sure, fine. But if you want to live in a city, why would you be in an American city as opposed to some other city which is perfectly safe, 0% chance of any kind of crime, probably cheaper, more beautiful women, and your American passport will get you out of trouble if you're ever drunk and disorderly? Why would you stay there?
I mean, he not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he makes absolute sense. He says the power of the American passport. There is a lot of power in the passport. Shout out to Tate. He mentioned things that, maybe I've mentioned or haven't mentioned before. Having the amount of currency and exchanging it overseas in a different country, the high rate that you can cash out, the amount of money that you can continue to make if you have a platform, a digital platform like that you're monetizing like I am on YouTube. Or you do music and you get royalties, or you are a digital nomad and you're making money while you find online jobs. There's a lot of guys, including myself, that may be interested in looking in online jobs that are based in the United States and they're paying the USD. So you can still exchange it over there and you'll still have more currency and you have the opportunity to live in other countries. Like, it's perfect. He's making a lot of sense. Shout out to Tate. But yeah, he's not wrong whatsoever. That's why you got to get your passport. It's so important for your possible future.
Proceed and continue.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
What's the question? Yeah.
So first off, you said you're in accounting, finance?
Yes, I'm a professional
What's
accountant.
your approximate salary?
You want to know how much I make?
Approximate.
Oh, wow.
Just an approximate. I know it's the internet, so you don't have to say the specifics, but like a
Yeah,
range. Just a range.
I mean, you can probably go and Google on Glassdoor. I'm not going to reveal my
my finances in a public setting in this manner. It's a private matter. I'm not gonna do that.
It's okay. Okay. And
So you're asking me, so if it was above the number you wanted, you would have kept it. If it was below the number you wanted, you would have popped it.
if you had answered, there would have been a possibility for both, but because you refused to answer,
You wanna know how
that's
much
what
I
got
made.
your balloon popped.
So because, so it's a money thing. That's okay. You should have popped it earlier. Yeah, I prefer people who don't look at money as a criteria to get to know somebody. Who do. That's why she popped it.
Well, I prefer a provider type, and who I know, if I like you, if we continue to date and marry, I want to be able to make sure that you can provide for me and our future children, their college education, and anything else that they need so that they never have to worry about finances or money ever.
Yeah, that's okay. When I look at somebody, money's not the first thing that crosses my mind, so it's okay that you popped your thing.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. And she,
Yes, this woman is a wolf in sheep clothing, honestly. All of those things. Well, I want to get to know you because what if we marry one day? I want to make sure that our kids are stable and they won't ever have to worry about money. Translation, I want to make sure that you have a certain amount of money so when I'm unhappy with you and I don't feel like I should be in this relationship or I'm not getting what I want out of this relationship, I will be incentivized to take half of your money. That's what she's actually saying. She's just another gold digger. Most women are gold diggers, but some are just better at hiding the shovel. She tried to hide it with disguising it, saying, oh, I want to make sure that the person I'm talking to is financially stable, and if I have kids and be able to marry you, then we'll be all set. No, you just want to take the man's money. You're hypergamous by nature, and your hypergamy just bled out in that situation, and she's on Front Street about it. Any high value guy, if you put her around any other high value guy, because this guy probably is high worth, he probably does make over $100,000 or $150,000 in accounting. You never know. The thing is, she will not last. They would smell her from a mile away, be like, gold digger. She just want my money, and she's just gonna give you getting passed around like a joint by these high value men to get pumped and dumped and sent on her way. So yeah, her coming out being like that, just that frank, putting herself on this show as well called the Balloon Popper, whatever the hell it's called. The high value men are going to see this clip and be like, yeah, if I see her in my city, I know what time it is.
It's rumored that you have more than one wife. I don't know if that's true or not.
I've never been married.
Oh, okay. That wasn't.
But I will have 2 queens.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So is polygamy more realistic?
I think we have to understand that monogamy is not natural to alpha males. This is not only
I'm baiting
true.
That's when you lost me there, man.
This is not only true amongst human beings, even within the animal kingdom.
Okay.
The alphas tend to have more than one spouse. And if you also look at women, as much as they may chide polygyny, many women will date an alpha male with another woman if she's attracted to him. Just look at the amount of women who date married men, but at the same time say they're against plural marriage.
So while you got Erica Badugi right there on the right side making all those weird eye expressions and facial expressions, it is counterintuitive to what is actually what it is. That's all feelings based. But what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about in this clip is how it is biologically. And this happens all the time. He's absolutely correct. When you have a guy that has no women want him. But when a guy has at least a decent looking woman, women want him. They did the same thing with chimps. You put a male chimp by itself, no female chimps want him. You put one female chimp with the regular chimp, then you have all the other female chimps flocking to that one male chimp because he had one girl chimp. And we are the closest to chimpanzees, you know what I'm saying, in the study. So they can make these faces. They've been lied to, brainwashed about monogamy and all that stuff. I always say this. Monogamy is stupid for men, and men don't want it. We don't want it on our end. Women, they're monogamous by by DNA. They kind of want, because when they get with one man, they want quality. They don't want quantity. But if men can get away with it, if men can do it, men will do it. Men are typically only monogamous because they have to be, by force because they can't get anything else. Or if they try to go outside of the relationship and not be straight up with their woman's going to be like, oh, hell no. So some men don't even try. They're like, you know what? I'm not even going to tell her. So men just go off and they fuck off in peace. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They keep their mouth shut and they go do their thing. But I am more like, hey, I'm going to have multiple chicks. I'm going to be this way. I'm going to be that way. With you know what I'm saying, with the chicks that I deal with. And if they're fine with it, cool. They got the choice to leave or stay. But it's just the facts. Men are just not monogamous. It's not in our DNA. That stuff was all forced on men. Men do it by force because most men don't have a decision. They don't have a choice. And they're not going to lose out on their woman that's so hard to get and their sexual access for telling the truth. So most dudes, they just zip the lip, fuck off and do their thing on their own. Keep it on the down low, come back, and the woman doesn't suspect a thing. She might have an inkling that maybe he, you know, if he's attractive enough and he got her, maybe he's doing it, but dudes that are pretty quiet about it, they're quiet about it. But women just can't handle the truth. They can't handle our nature, and that's just how it goes.
I break up with her Saturday. Sunday, I'm in my feelings. Cause I'm like, damn, I'm back being alone and shit. Nobody want me. So I'm going through it. I know she living her best life and shit, but I'm going through it. Monday, my boy called me. He was like, hey, JK, guess what, bro? And I'm like, what? Because I didn't want to tell nobody, like, what I was going through. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it ain't everybody's business, even though I'm on this stream telling everybody my business. I was like, what up? He was like, bro, tell me why. I saw your girl on Tinder. Cause this nigga, he a nigga that's like, you feel me? He be trying to fuck him a white girl every day. So he just be on that bitch 24/7, just fucking. And he just scrolling and end up seeing her. So what that means is the day after I broke up with her, she already made a Tinder trying to find another nigga. All right.
Sadly, I had to cut it right there because I'm not trying to get any copyright for that Drake song that was about to start playing. But honestly, this is why I always say you have to have multiple women. But what I mean by that, when I say specifically that you have to have multiple women, is that if you can get one woman and she's attractive enough and you pulled her, and whether you can barely hold on to her or whatever, or she can barely hold on to you, you need to be able to continue to be scouting and looking for other prospects. Always. You need to not be just comfortable dealing with that one woman, because especially if you're dealing with Western women and modern women in today's day and age in the United States, they will use their hypergamy, they will use their cell phones, and they will use all of their chips, which is their looks, beauty, their fertility. They will use all that they can use to try to replace you. If something, a bug goes in their ear, like the girl saying, well, you need to go do this, and, you know, try to keep them single. You know, those bad friends that women typically have, especially between the ages of 18 to 24 years old. You're going to have those, or deal with a woman who has those bad friends, or women thinking that they're not happy and that their happiness comes first, and that their feelings change for you, because women's feelings change like the wind. You have to be able to not be completely putting your heart or pouring your heart out into a woman, so you can go ahead and be like, okay, well, she's kind of like got 20% of my heart. This other girl I'm dealing with, she has like 40%. She's beating the other girl, and then I'm talking to this other girl on the side. So the blow isn't so, you know, horrendous and diabolical, you know what I'm saying, to your soul. I don't know. And these are young guys talking in this thing, but I'm being completely honest. This is why you have to have more than one woman on the roster, because dudes that are not calibrated, do not understand the game, do not understand that you're not supposed to do certain things with a woman, and you're not supposed to feel and attribute all your feelings like a woman would attribute her feelings to you. Once you learn that, then you will learn that you need to have replacements ready, because she will be ready to replace you at the drop of a hat, because women are conditioned to pick up and leave. They did it since the beginning of time. When kings had women and the king was at war and he got slayed, and then there was the new king that came in, they were like, okay, well, he's dead or he's captured, whatever, I'm going with the new king. That's just how women operate. It's in their biological hardwiring, in their DNA, to move on for survival. Women are survivalists by nature, so you have to be able to survive not be like, oh man, I'm in my feelings, and start acting like a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all this, you know, terrible stuff that's going on, making men weak, making men soft, because they don't understand the game. They don't understand you have to have multiple, and you don't have to understand that, look, I got to get rid of these chicks. I got to, as quick as I got them, I need to be getting ready to get rid of them. That's just how it goes. But anyway, man, that's sad, but hey, he got to learn the game. Next clip.
So first and foremost, anybody that travels abroad and loses their life, that is seriously unfortunate. And from what I heard, it was a mix of group of men. Like, you know, it was white, black, Asian, so it wasn't all black men, like what they're trying to paint the narrative. So don't believe that bullshit. You guys do know that people die in America every single day, right? Black, white, blue, purple, orange. But it's just so crazy how a man goes overseas and chooses not to deal with you, and just something happens and now it's the end of the world. But I'm going to tell you firsthand, I don't care how damn dangerous a country is, I'm still going. That's how bad it is. Because a lot of us men, we're not dealing with the bullshit. You say you want a man, but you don't need a man. Then when you get him, he's not good enough. And then when you leave and go to that Pookie or Ray Ray, you see that shit ain't greener on the other side like you thought. So that's why I tell men, just stop wasting your time. Stop dealing with the bullshit. Just get your passport. Stop swiping left and right on these dating apps, because you're going to get no damn results. I mean, that's just as bad as approaching.
Shout out to this brother right here. I've been meaning to post this video on one of my videos. This dude right here makes total sense. It's like those minuscule incidents that happen are sad, but I always promote, you know, going to other cultures, respecting the culture, respecting those countries, you know, say as a whole. And the thing is, what he's spitting is correct. The modern women in this country, they get upset about these type of videos because, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. Passport bros are still going to go overseas. Passport bros are still going to show their results. I know you don't like broadcasting because those women are jealous, and they can say that they're not jealous, they're not mad, they're not it, but they always make videos talking about how can we broadcast and stop talking about black women and stop talking about Asians and whites and, well, whoever has the issue that's in the United States, that's a Western woman in a Western country, they always have something to say about the passport bros. So what I say is, just like he said, just because dudes are getting, you know what I'm saying, melted, a couple dudes, you know, going out there being crazy, doesn't mean that the majority of men that are going over there, a high percentage, are not going to respect the culture, not going to be smart, not going to have their head on a swivel in certain situations, but they're going to have a good time. They're going to continue to broadcast whether you like it or not, and we're just going to prevail. Because me, I roll with the clique. Passport bros, still on the rise. Plantation bros, that, you know what I'm saying, they stay stagnant. They got no stamps. They got no baddies. Just straight lies. That's a verse for one of my songs, man. But it's completely serious. Like, get your passport, guys. Go overseas. Like, we're not afraid to be off to whatever. All those goofies, all those plantation bros, all those plantation pookies that are mad at the passport bros and scared, and let them be scared, guys. Let them be scared. Let them be untrained. Let them worry about the stupidest things. Just be smart. Learn self-defense if you don't have, you know, any self-defense skills as a man. Go pick up boxing. Go pick up karate, kickboxing, something. If you're that worried about getting robbed, you know what I'm saying? Say certain things. Like, if I bring a girl back, I'll just be like, yo, I got cameras in here. You can't see them. Or I'll draw a sign on my door when we come through, and she'll read it. Or I'll put signs in my room and say, you're on camera. And then if she asks, I'll be like, well, you can't see it, but this is for my own safety. Do things like that. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need to be precautious, but don't go out there. Don't act foolish. Don't disrespect the country that you're in. Don't disrespect their culture. Don't disrespect the women. The women ain't messing with you, or they're trying something. Just excuse yourself like a gentleman. Get them out of your room or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, or walk away from them. If you don't feel right, just get on out and just go. Don't take any drinks. If a woman has a drink and she makes you and she hands you a drink, I do like the brother Yes says. I pour the drink out and say, make me another drink. She's probably going to look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you bring a woman back to your room and you get out, let's just say you go to the shower and you come out the shower, you know what I'm saying? And she has a drink for you. Pour the drink out in the sink, say, make another drink. If she's confused and she don't want to do it, she's probably, you know, try to screw you over, then you can make her, you know, tell her to go out, or, you know what, I'm about to leave, you know, I ain't feeling you, you know what I'm saying, get out the hotel, or, you know, make her leave. That's another way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't take drinks from people. There's so many ways to stay cautious and to keep yourself safe when you're in another country if you feel sketchy. I'm not saying go out there and just don't, like, oh man, I'm just gonna go free and not feel sketchy or worried about anything and just be lollygagging. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying you got to be 50% on guard. You know what I'm saying, without really showing it, and the other 50% you got to kind of be, you know, just enjoying yourself. But 9 times out of 10, 95% of the time, if you go to certain places that you studied up on, you're not gonna have an issue. You're not gonna be some goofy out there moving crazy. But anyway, man, that's the end of the video. Make sure you guys like the video, sub to the channel with post notifications on. I'm going to get back up to cooking this content that you guys love. Make sure you comment for the algorithm because we back monetized. Get your passport and use it. This year is our year. You already know what it is. Mastodon's down. Bounty Villains up. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm going to see you guys all in the next video. I love every single one of you guys that support the channel. Peace.